And we're back with another brand new video. It's your boy Cynical. It's back at it again, baby. Consistency is key, so let's keep this shit going. Today we're going to be reacting to where are the Chris Hansen predators today. Now, I watched one Sunny V2 video on this channel, and you know what, it did pretty well, and I enjoyed doing it. Sunny V2 is a freaking great YouTuber, probably one of the best out there right now, and his videos are very informative and very interesting. And knows what he's doing, straight to the point. If you guys know Chris Hansen, you know To Catch a Predator. You know To Catch a Predator, it's all about people going on chat rooms, posing as underage girls or boys, and trying to lure these predators to the house where they can arrest them, and you know, they can be taken off the streets, or at least be known to everyone else. It's fucked up, but it's something that's very interesting, and it's something that is just needed in this world. Chris Hansen is not the best person himself, but these videos have always been entertaining, and I just love watching them get caught. This have some of the funniest reactions. My brother loves watching these, and I got me into watching these. It used to be so funny, bro, back in the days. Anyway, where are the Chris Hansen predators today? Let's see where these Chris Hansen predators are. I forgot all these predators, and it'll be interesting to see what Sunny V2 tells us about these predators. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Let's get it.
But exactly what happened to the 6 most notable creeps from Hansen vs Predator, and we're going to begin by talking about the math tutor Mike Manzi, who's had his life
Let me move my fucking...
pretty much ruined as a result of the I'm Chris Hansen, No You're Not episode. After arriving at the Sting house, Mike bumped into Chris immediately before trying to make the excuse that he was simply making sure that the 13-year-old girl was safe inside her house.
What?
After desperately attempting to leave, Mike was arrested, taken back to the police station, and interrogated for approximately...
Look at this bald-ass head motherfucker out of here.
The episode ends with the explanation that because Mike's discussion was pretty clean prior to the meetup, he was only sentenced to 3 years probation.
That's it?
He avoided any time in prison and wasn't registered on any unsavory list.
Yeah, this reminds you know what's fucked up, bro? You know, in Australia, a predator, someone who does something to underage girls, some low-life piece of scum, will not get as many years. He'll get what, a simple 7-year sentence for fucking rape. Oh, I'm gonna get, god damn it, I have to blow that out. I'm gonna get fucking banned or some shit. You will get, bro. That's fucked up. This Australian judicial system is actually so fucking and disgustingly AIDS, bro. He can get away with anything. It'll be low years, bro.
However, this isn't to say that Mike's life has been easy ever since the episode went live. In late 2021, a conversation was leaked with one of the show's editors, who explained that the head of security, Ron Knight, was actually Mike Manzi's uncle, and that there was a part that never aired, where Manzi is insisting to Knight to let him go because he's known Manzi since birth.
That's crazy, bro. What?
Such an effort to convince the crew to let him leave peacefully, yet his uncle told Manzi the best thing he could do is go through the garage and remain silent, which Manzi obviously didn't do. As a result of the episode, Mike now hates his uncle, which has more than likely led to the decline of Manzi's other family relationships. However, the most interesting thing revealed in the message exchange was that Manzi was an avid watcher of TCAP back in the day, which explains why he recognized Chris Hansen immediately. Mike has since been found on a felony dating site, as well as...
Bro, imagine you watched Chris Hansen's show and you still fall for that fucking trap. You one stupid ass motherfucker.
On Facebook under a different name, where a Reddit user was able to get this picture, as well as apparently have a conversation with Mike, who stated that he gets recognized very often, and that Mike actually seems like a very chilled out dude. On Chris Hansen's podcast, Chris explained that Mike is no longer working in education.
As far as we know, he is not tutoring or teaching anywhere. He lives with his parents.
Which would explain 2 recently surfaced photos of Mike working in a retail job, representing a pretty significant fall since tutoring for some of Connecticut's wealthiest families.
Damn.
However, Mike still got off lightly in comparison.
Damn, Mike, you fucked up, son. You watch To Catch a Predator and you still fucked up. Sucks to be you, bro.
To John Dupee, who, as a result of his appearance on the show, has now become homeless.
Damn. No way, he's got homeless.
John waltzed into the Sting house without saying a word, and was so creepy that simply standing next to him was enough to terrify the decoy, yet she apparently had nothing.
Bro, this guy looks like some... This guy looks like the fucking Enderman from Minecraft, bro. This guy looks like some skeleton. This guy looks like Slender Man, bro. This guy looks like in death.
to
That's
worry
scary
about,
as hell,
he
bro.
stated that he was only there to watch the football. After revealing that John was simultaneously talking to more than one minor, he was arrested, interrogated, and given a notice to appear in court, where he'd be trolled and heckled by the attendees as he pleaded guilty.
And the judge actually in the case had to order the crowd to be quiet, to be orderly, because they had figured out who he was and what he was being accused of, what he was pleading guilty to.
John Dupee was given an 8-year prison sentence beginning in August 2016,
Damn it.
although this certainly
He got 8 years for not actually doing it, like he didn't actually do the act. Here in Sydney, Australia, you do New South Wales, you do the act, you get 7 years. He got 8 years, he didn't even do the act. He was attempting to. Ugh, bro, I want to stop talking about politics.
isn't where the story ends.
I always say that shit and I still do it.
Term, John's brother and sister were both killed in a car accident,
No
which happened
way.
on the very same street where the Sting house was located. And in case losing both of his siblings wasn't bad enough, there are unconfirmed anecdotes that John was also disowned by his parents after the episode.
Why wouldn't he be?
Live. He was released from prison on the 24th of July 2018, serving just 2 years out of his 8-year sentence. Yet after being released, John was forced to register on a public offender list, which displayed his address as a Connecticut homeless shelter. After 3 years in the shelter, John was able to move into a group house, although in October 2021, only 2 months after moving out of the homeless shelter, John violated his probation in an unspecified way and was sent back to prison for another year and 2 months.
Bruh.
Since his release in December 2022,
This guy got fucked
John
up.
has been residing in a shelter for recovering addicts. Although John Dupee isn't the only person on this
Yeah, mate. He's this guy, bro. This Slender Man. He's fucked up. He's fucked up. Pretty sure this guy's life's over, bro. Just show you how much karma is actually pretty strong, man. Karma is actually pretty strong. Don't try to have sex with underage girls, and well, I'm not gonna say nothing bad will happen to you, but you know your life won't be this down the drain. Just saying.
list who's been back to prison.
This is a plumber,
as
bro. Let's see
Joshua
this.
Cologne also recently violated his probation. Joshua was the New York plumber.
Yes,
who
Discord
locked the
mod.
door behind him after entering the Sting house, stating that his biggest
Bro, he locked the door. Oh, this woman decoy probably shitting herself. I need to watch these videos, man. I need to watch these videos.
nightmare was ending up on a Chris Hansen episode. After Josh comes out of the bathroom, Chris is
There's
already
no-
there waiting for him.
It's
who I
like,
am.
it's
And
not
as a
making
result,
true.
Josh is unbelievably honest, laying out his intentions immediately. After being taken back to the station, he'd incredibly admit that this wasn't the first time that he'd met up with someone underage,
No
which eventually helped
way.
the court to secure a 7-year prison sentence. After the sting happened, but before Josh went to prison, he was still working as a plumber and would admit to a co-worker that he was very remorseful and would happily take back his crazy Russian ex, then go back to that house with Chris Hansen. On his really
Damn.
bad days, he would talk about how he doesn't want to die alone and that he knows that he'll never have a semblance of a normal life again. Josh was
Let me see if I can feel some sympathy. New.
sent to prison a few months later in early 2016 and would serve 3 years out of his 7-year sentence. However, this wouldn't be the last time that Josh ended up behind bars.
Rip
In September
man's
2020, approximately 1 year after being released from his first prison stint, a post was made to the TCAP forum stating, "Joshua Cologne was convicted yesterday after spending a few months in prison for a probation violation. 4 years jail, execution suspended after 6 months, probation 9 years.
This guy's back in
guy
jail?
will never learn." Josh's second prison term came to an end.
Brother, if you saying that you regret the shit you done and that you want to go back to your ex and you're sad because a normal life will never become yours, why are you doing stupid shit again? But these people, all that's why I said that no sympathy. I don't. These all people are talking shit.
March 2021,
Oh, shit, bro.
after which his former co-worker and friend took to Reddit to explain the reason for the sentence. He contacted me after he got out of prison for a second time, letting me know that he'd been framed. Apparently, he wasn't allowed to have any pictures of any children on his phone. His sister shared a picture of his niece in a chat that he was in, and he got locked up for it. His
Damn.
explanation.
Yeah,
Interestingly,
bullshit.
if you now search Josh's name on an inmate search engine, it states that Joshua Cologne is or was recently an inmate currently at the Connecticut Department of Corrections, CTDOC, located in Weathersford, CT, leading many to believe that Josh is now back in prison for a third time. But what happened to the wealthy accountant who Chris
That's how. I want to say something funny, bro. You know, bro, this is actually hilarious how people actually keep tabs on these people and for like investigate it. People have time to actually do this. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying you guys actually have time to do this shit, bro. Props, bro. I don't know how you guys find time. But I'd say it's well needed for entertaining videos like this and for the safety of you guys and little children.
Recognized from the train. His name was Charles Lawrence, and after walking into the Sting house, the following exchange occurred.
Now, Chris.
Oh, he knows him.
But this
Oh, that's crazy.
is the first time I've caught anyone who I know.
After which Charles
Oh, he
was
knows
arrested
him?
and taken back to the station for an
No, he knew him? What is this plot twist, bro?
interview. Throughout the interrogation, Charles made the hilarious claim that, because of his poor eyesight, he read the decoy's age as 18 instead of 13.
I got scratched. Oh my God, that's it. I'm looking. I thought he said 18. I swear to God, I would never, ever in my entire life eat a 13.
However, the
Sure,
judge
bro.
wasn't dumb enough to buy this
Yeah, sure, bro.
excuse, who sentenced Lawrence to 2 years in prison, which he'd served between June 2016 and June 2018. Whilst in prison, the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, under which Lawrence was employed, confirmed that Mr. Lawrence's AICPA membership was terminated effective May 25th, 2017,
Obviously.
because of a final judgment of conviction for a crime punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year. Chris also mentioned that Charles had a second job as a commercial real estate agent, and after finding Charles's LinkedIn, it states that he's the president of a company called Lawrence Real Estate
No
Enterprises,
way,
Inc.,
bro.
which is
You
still
fucked
active today
up.
and lists Charles
Why,
as
he's
the
still
company's
active?
CEO. However,
CEO? People just love to throw their lives away, bro. You had a good thing going for you, man. You had a good thing going for you, and you just want to get some. Man, I'm
but
sleep.
Chris did mention on his podcast that Charles had
There's
some
no
issues
way.
with keeping his license.
I'm not clear as to whether or not he's still involved in commercial real estate. There was an issue with his license after his conviction, after he pleaded guilty.
Although even if he was able to, it's unlikely that Charles would get much work these days given his reputation.
Yeah, no shit.
In May
You ain't got no work,
2021,
bro.
a post was made to Reddit explaining that they saw Charles Lawrence living in an over 55s complex, which has been confirmed as true after looking up the address listed on his public offender registry. This page also shows the most recent photo of him, taken in mid-2018, exhausting all of the information that we have on Charles Lawrence. However, we've got plenty of dirt.
Man, bro. Charles, you fucked up, son. You had a good thing going for you. You had a CEO of a real estate company. I don't know what the hell else you were doing, bro. Seemed like you were pretty well off. And you knew Chris Hansen. Damn. Heart to heart.
On the now infamous
Military
Steve
vet.
Buchanan, who gained notoriety for showing up to the Sting house with duct tape, a camera, and various weapons in his car. This was extra terrifying.
What? No way, bro. This guy was gonna kill the poor girl.
As after arriving at the house, he refused to enter and rather tried to coax the decoy into getting into his vehicle.
Hey, no way.
Do you want to go?
Can you just like come in and we can chat for a little bit? What do you want to do?
I'll show you around first. You got some food if you want. You want to show you around?
Bro, this guy was gonna kill her. Bro, this guy was going to kill her.
Watch a movie?
What about going to the movie?
After being confronted by Chris, Buchanan tries to blame his depravity on the PTSD he got during his military time in Iraq, although despite
This guy was gonna kill her.
Buchanan still served 3 years in prison, after which fans of the
That's it, bro. This guy he was gonna literally kill her. Habibi, he was going to kill her.
the show began to notice that the story he shared with Chris wasn't entirely accurate. A user by the name of Bud1985 took to Reddit in a post reading, "Stephen Buchanan. This took me a good hour of searching through old pics from Iraq, but I finally found it. I served with this turd." Bud
Damn.
continued in the comments by stating, "When he was active duty, he was a tank mechanic. And how do I know this? He was my tanks mechanic. He would do maintenance on it in the motor pool every Monday. He never went on a single mission. He never seen a minute of combat. He made me through some water fire, but that's it. It pissed me off so bad when I heard him blame it on PTSD."
Yeah, it makes
The most
others look
recent
bad.
Photo of Stephen Buchanan
Bro, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Man, looking crossed.
Canon
Bro, I'm
comes
done.
from July 2022, which accompanies a further update from Chris Hansen's podcast.
And
What do you
as far as
say?
we can tell, he still lives in Connecticut with his parents, and he's working driving a large truck.
Also explaining that he was able to have
He's a truck
conversation
driver.
with Stephen's father.
I called the number we had for Stephen Buchanan, and a man picked up, and it actually sounded a little bit like Stephen Buchanan. And I asked for Stephen. Right away, the man said, "Is this Chris Hansen?" And I said, "Yes, it is." This is why you're calling. I said, "I'm calling for Stephen Buchanan." And the father had the tone of a man exasperated with having to deal with the circumstances around his son. He told me that Stephen has moved on with his life, and essentially that he wants to only look forward, and then the
Yeah,
asked
alright.
that I never call the number again.
But while Stephen has
Alright,
done
bro.
a pretty good job of moving on with his life, this has been significantly more difficult for Jeff Sokol, who
Steven, man, you were gonna kill her. I guarantee you this guy was gonna kill the lady, and as if that looks, bro. I really truly believe he had intentions of killing a girl. I really truly believe it. That's fucked up. And they say nothing about it. It's 3:14 in the morning and I'm doing some conspiracy theory right here.
became arguably the most notable predator in Chris Hansen history after
Wait, who's this? Oh my god, I think I've heard about this one. I haven't seen much of these new ones, so I don't know much about them. I should go rewatch these, bro. Let me know if you guys want me to rewatch this.
bringing a pepperoni pizza to the Fairfield Stinghouse. The iconic episode became etched in YouTube history as Jeff seemed so relaxed about the confrontation that he was only able to focus on his dinner.
I want to know a little bit more about you first. Can I eat first?
After Jeff
Oh my god, I remember this. Yeah, he starts eating the pizza.
spent 16 minutes demolishing his pizza
I
and
don't-
offered Chris a slice on the way out,
You can take your pizza if you like.
You want a slice?
I'm good.
and even
He knew, bro. He knew that's gonna be the last pizza he has for a while.
after being taken back to the station, Jeff maintained the attitude that he hadn't done anything wrong, according to a source who was at the station with him.
He kept his cool. He was pretty confident that he was going to be able to get out of this, be able to get a good lawyer and to really take care of his case.
While Jeff seemed confident that he wouldn't receive any charges, this didn't alter his reality, as after going through 3 different lawyers, he'd be sentenced to 2.5 years in prison beginning on the 27th of May 2017.
Damn.
Once locked up, the Jeff Sokol episode became so popular that fans of the show tracked down the restaurant from which the pizza had been ordered and began to visit the restaurant asking for the exact same pizza that Jeff had gotten. The
That's so funny. What the fuck?
restaurant has since had hundreds of positive reviews, many of which subtly referencing the Jeff Sokol incident, and according to an email sent to us by a fan, the restaurant had to eventually ask people to stop asking for the Sokol special.
Oh
although
my
there
God.
doesn't actually
This
seem
is so
to be
funny.
any evidence for this claim. By the time Jeff was released from prison in June
You know
2000,
what the funny thing is? That probably boosted up their sales like no tomorrow. That pedo has boosted up their sales. Who would have thought? Imagine you're the business owner and that happens to you. Bro, I'm big.
2019, his appearance on the show had racked up a view count in the tens of
58
millions, leading
million
Jeff to try and
views.
change his name legally to Sonny Derek Porter.
Sokol actually went to court and petitioned to change his name to Sonny Derek Porter.
A few years ago, I was arrested as a part of a sting operation trying to meet a girl who was underage. The sting was part of a nationally syndicated TV show, Crime Watch Daily Hansen vs. Predator. This episode is now available online, along with many other troll videos and nasty comments from fans
I love you, Sonny V2. Why do you pronounce it like that? Hansen first. True blue Aussie. True blue Aussie, like me.
of the show. In the aftermath, I've experienced humiliation, harassment, and embarrassment. One could argue that this was justified, but I have surely lived with much remorse since the arrest. Since my current name will always be linked via a simple internet search, I'm requesting authorization to change my name. I'm working hard to be a better person overall and making a sincere effort to treat everyone with respect. I hope to meet new friends and acquaintances and wish not to be judged based on one gigantic mistake I made a few years ago. I hope to be judged for the person I really am, the person I am today. More than anything, I would like a second chance at a happy and safe life. However, the name change was a
Yeah, see, here's the thing about the internet, bro. If you're that notorious, a name change is not gonna wipe you away from the internet. Have you not seen The Dark Knight Rises? Clean slate? Doesn't exist, mate. Doesn't exist.
eventually rejected, which only led to
I got rejected.
trolling.
Oh no.
It was then discovered that Jeff had been forced to sell his apartment, and according to this Reddit comment, which isn't the best evidence, Jeff moved in with his parents in blank. It seems like he comes from a pretty affluent family, so he probably just mooches from his parents and stays low-key. The most recent photo of him comes from early 2021, which unfortunately marks the final piece of information we have on Jeff Sokol, because despite being one of the show's most notable people, he certainly kept one of the lowest profiles.
Damn. Damn. That was a really entertaining video, bro. Sunny V2. Really enjoyed that. I'm gonna do a lot more Sunny V2 videos, bro. Anytime he uploads, I'm definitely gonna react because he does the best videos ever. Oh, John Wick 4 chapter reviews. If you guys enjoyed this reaction video, make sure you like, subscribe, and all this good stuff. Shout out to Sunny V2. Go check out his channel. I'm saying this like I'm a bigger YouTuber than him. Clearly, he doesn't need my shout out, but shout out anyway. Anyway, guys, take care. I love you guys. It's 3:18 in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.